So what's good, fam? It's your man Jay. I'm back with another episode of Evolutionary Comics, and today we have a guest co-host, my man here, Mr. Escobar. He's not gonna stay long because he's too busy. He's too in and out. He likes to do too much. So just wanted you guys to see him, and there he goes. He doesn't like to sit still, and he likes to chew on the boxes. He likes to pull on the bags. Does everything that I don't want him to do. He's the only living entity that I really let in this area. But yeah, so I'm gonna let him go about his business because he likes to get into stuff. There you go. Don't step on the books, just get down. Just get down, sir. Alright, so anyway, haven't made a what's in my bag segment in a minute. So I decided it's Sunday, I got a little time on my hands, and I need to put out some content. So as you see, I got a bag. This is from my last week's pickup. I believe, what was it, the 15th? No, so the 13th. So it's the 13th. So anyway, let's check out what I picked up this week, and we'll have a little discussion about what's been going on with your man Jay. All right, let's get it. So I'm here, like I said, with another long-awaited episode of What's in My Bag, just to show you guys what I'm picking up. I want to shift gears a little bit, maybe not in this episode, but I've been picking up things and I show you guys what's in my bag. I'm not one of those guys who does the spec thing and gives you all the GP analysis and go on a CGC site and tell you what this 9.8 was being sold for. I'm not really into all of that because I don't, like I said in my other videos and plenty of times before, I'm not a reseller. You know, that there are people that resell, there's a lane for that. People who collect and just love the artwork and the stories and just the comics in general, the readers, there's a lane for that. I'm over in that lane. More specifically, I'm in a lane that you know, I covet the comic book itself. The creation of it, the storylines, and the history of it. So like I say, I'm not into all of that, so it is what it is. Being that I'm saying that, what I want to do is I want to get more detailed, and what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start breaking down some of the stories, some of the series that I'm reading, and let you guys know what's going on in it, just in case you're not reading the same thing, or if you want to see a different take on it or somebody else's opinion on it. So I'm going to try to do like maybe 3 or 4 books, you know, a week. Kind of still do my what's in my bag segment so you know exactly what I picked up. And if it's not in that little small segment, then you'll know maybe it wasn't hidden. Maybe it wasn't on that. And so we'll see how that goes, and just stay tuned for that as well. And those of you who have, you know, been hanging with me, I appreciate you. Thank you for sticking it out. Those of you who have subscribed, all 150 of you, I appreciate that. You know, be a friend and tell a friend. You know, kind of boost it up. Leave me some comments, like, comment, subscribe, do all the jazz that YouTubers, you know, continue to ask. But more importantly than anything, just watch my video. Give it a chance. You know, just give it a shot. If you like it, cool. If you don't, that's cool too. Nothing but love. But into these books and what's in my bag. Alright, so brown paper bag. Just like my grandfather used to get his libations in a brown paper bag. Shout out to my family, my grandfather, my pops always, and you know, my support system. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, so okay, so first up I got from Image Comics, I got the brothers Shobo and Shaw, and their book New Masters. This is New Masters number 5, and I have to catch up to my reading on this. The last time I read, the young lady and her family were finally getting off to like they're out of space. They're not on Earth. They're to this new territory where all the rich people live, so to speak. So got to see what's going on with that. This governor guy, he kind of tricked them and kind of, you know, put them in a bad position to make them have to take this job to steal this eye, the parents. And, you know, I got to see what's going on with that. But nevertheless, I'm still hanging with it and checking it out. So, you know, I'll let you know what I think maybe in one of those segments and see if there's something for you. It's on issue number 5 and I'm still hanging in there. So it may have a little something to it. All right, so next up, folks, I got... All right, so that's... All right, and shout out to my man B Ward. He just hit me up with a text. I just saw a quick text message from him. He picked up that milestone history. I hope you guys also picked it up. I'm gonna check out your text in a minute, Brian, when I finish this, and you know, we'll talk about that either, you know, through text or when I see you tomorrow. That member of GC3, my fraternity, my brothers. Shout them out: Master Chief Paul, Tony, Nick, Nate, and I always be forgetting somebody. I be forgetting Ray. Ray is off in another section right now, but I'm gonna shout Ray out too as well. He's that guy. But anyway, like I was saying, I picked up A Town Called Terror. This is from Image Comics number 4. This is pretty good. This has been a dope book so far for me. It's pretty much about this guy who he left his family. He, you know, told his wife that his family was dead when he met her, so he didn't have any family connections, but it was a reason why. He doesn't get along with his father, but it turns out that his father is like this big boss demon, and so, you know, he's the son, so I'll let you run with that. But he's been called back so he can help save his mom, and he's debating whether he's going to get mixed up into the family business or not. But it is pretty dope so far, and yeah, so I definitely think this is something that, if you're into that kind of horror comics type stuff, I think you'll love this book. So yeah, definitely check that out. All right, moving on to another Image book, King Spawn. This is number 12, and sadly, I have not been reading any Spawn books. I've been picking them up, but I haven't been reading them. I really can't tell you why, other than I've been busy. Give you a little insight into my life. I've been trying to purchase a house, and I had a really not so great realtor that was, you know, that I was dealing with. Things were kind of crazy, so I went for months trying to find these houses, and they kept being snatched from up under me by these corporations. I don't know if you guys know, but there's corporations out there that from Canada and the Midwest that are buying houses in Florida and other places, and they're buying them in groves. They're like, I know one guy, he said that he was trying to buy 800 houses per month, and what they're doing is basically flipping them and making them rentals, and it's basically preventing people from home ownership because these corporations have way more money. A couple of the houses, I got outbid because they offered cash, like, you know, way more than the value of the house, and they offered it in cash, so I lost out. But I'm kind of retooling things right now and giving myself another 60 days, and hopefully you won't see this this boxed in mess anymore. You will actually see a full comic book room, and that's my goal. So sometime in maybe October, I'll make a debut video, and that's when these videos are really gonna get rolling out. But like I say, just to give you a little insight, you know, I'm a regular dude, go to a 9 to 5. I have my photography business with my wife, so I'm really busy with things like that. But no matter how busy you get with trying to earn money and trying to up your lifestyle, you have to take time for the things that make you happy. For me, reading comics, purchasing comics, the comic book culture makes me happy. So that's why I'm here talking to you guys today. Alright, so next up, I got Daredevil number 1, and this is being written by Chip Zdarsky right now, and it's starting off. This is like a setup. I don't know if you guys have been reading Daredevil books. I don't know if you read Devil's Reign, and then if you read Woman Without Fear with Elektra taking over for Daredevil for a short time. But this one is setting up for a new run. This is definitely a good place to jump in. People think that Matt Murdock is dead. Some people know that it's not him that's dead, it's the brother. It's really crazy. And this book is like a setup, and something is about to happen where it gets kind of more, it's more a mental type thing that Daredevil is about to go through. And he's already been through a lot as it is. It seems like Daredevil is always under supreme pressure. But you know how they say, pressure busts pipes, pressure also makes diamonds. So we'll see what's going on. But I really enjoyed this one. I already read this one. It's a great setup for the series that's to come by Chip Zdarsky. He always does a great job in his writing. So definitely pick that up if you haven't picked it up already. Alright, so moving into my Marvel books, and I picked up Immortal X-Men. This is number 4. And I'm kind of losing my place with these because I started off reading them. They're all kind of low, but Immortal X-Men, X-Men Red, and the regular X-Men series, I've been reading all of those. I'm trying to stay away from going to like all the outside ones like Marauders and all the other ones because I definitely lose my place with it. I lose my focus. I have enough stuff in my pull list as it is, but I'm going to catch up to this because I'm digging X-Men. When I was a shorty, I used to read X-Men a lot. I used to read X-Men, Alpha Flight, Spider-Man. Those were some of the mainstays that I used to pick up. And it's weird because I didn't really read Avengers too much, but I was really with the X-Men, especially with the correlation with Magneto and Professor X, and just I don't even really know how to describe it. So wherever that a lot of people think that thought process came from when the creation of those characters came about by Stan Lee. So anyway, that's why one of the reasons why I love it. Plus, I love seeing all the different mutants and all their different powers. Me and my homeboys, we always used to sit back and be like, well, if I was a mutant, this is what's my power going to be. All this kind of crazy stuff. I think some people still do that. So, trivia question, not a trivia question, poll question, whatever you want to call it. If you were a mutant, what would be your superpower? What would you want your superpower to be? And think of it like a mutant. Don't think of it as like, oh, I wish I could fly. Nah, just think of it more in lines of how mutants are, you know. And yeah, hit me up in the comments. Let me know. That's an interesting thought. I don't know. I'll hit you. And the next time I have an X-Men book, I'll hit you back with an answer to that. My answer to that. All right. So moving along, and had to pick up The Mandalorian, and guess who is writing it? My man Rodney Barnes. This is another piece of Rodney Barnes' goodness. Not quite the Rodney verse, but this is, you know, one of his creations as far as this particular book. This book falls in line completely with the storyline from the TV show on Disney Plus. I didn't really get too excited about it once I saw that was going on. I am still excited to see where it goes and see if anything different happens with this particular book. But Rodney is writing it. We all know Rodney Barnes is one of the dopest writers out right now, one of the dopest creators. So we'll see where that goes. And, you know, everybody else is going crazy over Mandalorian books and everything like that. So I had to get me one, especially because my man Rodney Barnes wrote it. So shout out to you, Rodney, if you're watching this video. Alright, so next up, my man Jason Aaron is killing it with this Punisher book. So, quick story. Guys walking through our offices, and I didn't know who he was because I don't know, you know, what most of these people look like. But I saw it was Jason Aaron. So he walked past my desk and he stopped and he asked me something I don't quite remember. I wanted to ask him when he was writing the Hulk series. I wanted to ask him why he didn't change the color of the Hulk's pants. He's always wearing purple pants, so that was just my little funny thing to ask. But I didn't ask him that because I was kind of consumed with work, and I'm not one of those people to get starstruck and be like, ooh, let me just ask him something. But I thought it was kind of funny internally. So anyway, with this Punisher book, like I said, he is killing it. The Punisher is the leader of the Hand now. He's still an assassin. He's killing people, but only people that he deems necessary to kill. And he's about to go up against Ares, the god of war. That's what I've been waiting on ever since I think I saw Ares in either issue 1 or 2 and saw how big this dude is, and the fact that Punisher has to go up against him. It's going to be a battle. I am definitely in it for that. I haven't read this yet, but 9 times out of 10 when I stop making this video, I'm going to go ahead and dig off into this book. Alright, so moving along, another book that I got to get caught up to that I've been loving this particular series by Jed McKay, and this is Moon Knight, and this is Moon Knight 13. And it's so funny because I watched the show on Disney Plus like a lot of people have, but after the show went off, I stopped reading these for a minute. So I mean, I still buy them, but I haven't been, you know, into the series as much. But I found out that the Zodiac or the Zodiac, I'm not sure what he's actually called, Zodiac is back. And I don't know what happened to Hunter's Moon, who is like, I like him a little bit more than Moon Knight, new character if you haven't been reading it. But yeah, so I want to see what's going on. So I definitely have to figure out where I left off, and then I'm going to go ahead and get into that as well. But this is definitely a dope series. I think that's something that, you know, may interest the masses. So pick that up too. Alright, so Marvel has another huge event, probably bigger than the other events. You know, you've had X of Swords with the X-Men and all these other events. You've had different things. I forget what, the Phoenix Force with the Avengers and all this other stuff that's been going on. So their next big event is supposed to be the biggest, and it's supposed to last a little bit longer. And that's where Eve of Judgment, and this is a one-shot, kind of a setup for Avengers versus X-Men versus the Eternals. And I'm not sure, Kieran Gillen is the writer on this one with Pascal Ferry and Dean White. But like I say, this is a one-shot, and this basically is a setup book. I think this guy's supposed to be like an Eternal or whatever, but he, for whatever reason, just woke up after he ate his Wheaties. He decided, man, all the X-Men need to die. So he's trying to plot to kill all the X-Men. His little plan didn't work out. Spoiler alert. So he's still, his initial plan, so he's still going to try. He's still going to do some things. But now he has to figure out an alternative way from what he initially thought. So this looks like it's going to cook up to be a great series. I'm definitely picking this one up because I do want to see some X-Men goodness, some X-Men kicking some Avengers butt and Avengers kicking some Eternal butt, all the whole nine. So definitely check this one out. Alright, so I got a video coming out. I already made the video, but I haven't compiled it. I don't know if I'm going to re-record it. But it is about John Ridley and his writing of Black Panther right now. I absolutely hate the series. I hate the way it's kind of difficult for me to say it like that because I hate the way that T'Challa is being depicted. I still buy it because I'm, you know, at the core, I'm a diehard Black Panther fan. I'm always going to buy Black Panther stuff, but I'm not really enjoying this particular series. Saying that to say, not going to get into why and everything, but in this particular book, I was pissed off at John Ridley's writing and his depiction of Jace as the new Batman. I Am Batman. There was a scene in a previous book where he showed Jace running from a villain like a coward, like him and the villain was battling, going toe-to-toe. He ducked out. The next thing you know, he on his motorcycle, hightailing it out of there like a scared little kid. I didn't particularly like that because if you know about Batman, I'm not a big Batman fan per se, but if you know about Batman, Batman does not have that emotion. He does not have that fear, runaway emotion in him. It ain't no scarecrow around to spraying with no fear toxin or anything like that. So I don't understand why John really decided to do that with this particular character, this particular Batman. But he's kind of redeeming himself because this Batman is cooking it up. Him and the detective that you see on the cover, they doing their thing. They are getting down to business, and they're really getting after it to find out what's going on with this corruption and what happened to this particular villain. So this one is getting pretty good, so that's why I'm sticking with it. Plus, it's a black character, and you know, we don't have a lot of comic books that are just based on one particular black character, other than just within teams like that. So especially like with the mainstream DC or Marvel. That's why I'm running with this. So I suggest pick it up, give it a shot, hang with it just like I did, and you may find out that in the end that the writers that you're pissed off about, the storyline that you don't like, it may turn around and may please you a little bit like this one is doing for me. Alright, so moving along to A writer that I really dig, a creator, and this is one out of all the writers right now. There's a lot that I want to meet, but one that I'm really excited that if he ever comes through and I get a chance to meet him, I do got some questions for him, and that's Brian Michael Bendis. And he is writing the second series of Naomi, and this is Naomi number 5, and it's a 6-issue series. As you see, it's 5 of 6. So she's been looking for a homeboy. I forget his name. The Thangarian. Anyway, my man D. So she's been looking for him. I don't know what happened between the time that she found him, or she found something, and now. So I got to catch up to this one. But as you know, always, Brian Michael Bendis does a great job with his books. So definitely check that out. Catch up with that. And see what's up with Naomi. I hated the TV show, by the way. I didn't give I didn't want to kill it, get on here and bash anything like that at first. But I didn't like the character. I didn't like the actress that played the character Naomi. And I thought the whole series was really rushed just to say nothing, or just to say exactly what's in the comic book. I don't really dig that. I want to see some deviation to it. I want you to stick to the basics and keep that the same, but change it up a little bit as far as the storyline goes. Let us see a little bit more action. Let things manifest a little bit faster. And I didn't see that in the series. So CW, I knew it was going to be, it wasn't going to be great on CW. I wanted it to be somewhere else, but it is what it is. All right, so finally, my last new book that I picked up, and this is DC Labels Rogues. This is another book that I don't know a lot about DC. I don't know a lot about their villains, but this one is basically showing like some of these villains, a group of villains are trying to deal with regular everyday life, being broke, being convicted felons and everything, and they decide to pull off a heist. I don't know what's going on with Gorilla Grodd, where he comes into play with that. But the first issue caught me up. I really dug it. So I got to catch up to this one as well. This is another catch-up book. Hopefully I finish this video and I'll be able to do that. Finally, my last pickup of the week. And this is a back issue. And so you guys know that I'm really big into first appearances with a lot of black female characters in comics. And this one falls right in line with that. This is Avengers number 73, and really quick, hit me in the comments. Tell me who's the first appearance in this book. This ain't live, so it don't matter anyway. All right, so this is the first appearance of Monica Lynn, who is T'Challa's American girlfriend, who kind of threw Nakia off base with their relationship. Nakia actually tried to kill her in the comic book, and she kind of disappeared from the scene because she was tired of dealing with, she hated being caught up in the backlash of all the things that went along with being T'Challa's girlfriend, such as people coming after her, trying to kidnap her and all of that other jazz. But this is a book that I definitely wanted once I found out this was her first appearance. It's something that I wanted anyway, because I never collected these really early Avengers books, the ones that have, Black Panther in it. So I have a lot of them, but I need to fill in the blanks, and this is one that I didn't have. So happy that I picked this one up, and for a good price. I picked it up, as you know, always from Emerald City Comics here in Clearwater, Florida. That's my comic book spot, my local comic book shop, like they say. Shout out to my man Frank, shout out to Adam, shout out to Natalie. I'm missing Miss Monica, who's not there anymore, but that's my chick, so shout out to her too if she's watching this video. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. So that's what was in my bag this week. Real quick, if I have a moment, I'm gonna show you guys some other stuff. I picked up this one last week. This is The Ward. This was a really good book. It's Kavon Scott, Andres Ponce. It's basically about this young lady here who is a doctor, and she's not a doctor for regular people, but she's been doctoring on like these monsters behind the scene. Like, she's about to deliver a baby for a troll here on the cover. This one's been surprisingly pretty good. I'm digging this one. Can't wait to see where the story is going. It's been great. I got hooked into the first one. The second one is backed up the first one, so it's really dope. So check that out if you can. Next, Rodney Barnes, always. So got Philadelphia. This is Philadelphia number 23. This one is continuing to cook up. This one is leading up to this big fight, this big war between the vampires, the werewolves, and the humans. So definitely check this one out. Also, if you're a fan of Rodney Barnes, check out his Substack. I subscribe to it. I'm getting Johnny Gatlin. I'm getting 30 Degrees to Rigor. I'm getting a lot of the extra stuff that he has on that on a Substack. So, like I said, he's the man right now. He is killing it with his writing. You guys should definitely check that out if you get a chance to. And yeah, be a part of the Rodney verse. Shout out to you, Rodney. All right, so next, another book that's being written by Chip Zdarsky. This one is his takeover of the Batman series. This is Batman 125. Can't remember what particular variant cover this is supposed to be, but I guess this guy on the cover is Failsafe. I'm going to read this one, and this is probably where I'm going to pick up, because I've been collecting Batman comics for a minute, like Detective Comics and Batman, I Am Batman, a couple of different titles that a year ago, 2 years ago, I did have no interest in. My son, shout out to him. I like to get shout outs. Shout out to my baby boy with his grown self. He looked like a linebacker, so I call him my baby boy, but he ain't no baby. But anyway, he loves Batman, so that's his favorite hero. So I hope maybe he'll get caught up into this, and I can get him to start checking out some comic book shops over in his area where he lives at, so I can have eyes over there and eyes over here to pick up some dope stuff. So, Jay, check it out. All right, last up is Twig, and this is another Scotty Young joint. And Scotty Young is proven to be just a great writer, just like he is an artist. I'm loving this. The artwork in this one is done by Kyle Strom. He's doing a great job. I love the creatures. I love the way they look and everything. And my man Twig is on his quest, and he's trying to fulfill some things, some obligations, and following his father's footsteps. So this one is definitely a great read. I just read number 2 last night. I'm going to read this one today too, since I got some time. And yeah, I got a few more minutes, and I'm going to show y'all what came from CGC. Alright, so I know you guys probably saw a video. If you've been watching, you saw a video that I put out some time ago about the real first appearance of Riri Williams. So I don't know if you just want to call this a cameo cover piece or whatever, but that's Riri Williams. I mean, you can't tell me who else is it? An Iron Man book with those colors on, little black girl. I don't know who else it can be. But this is a Scotty Young cover. Got a 9.8 on it, as you see. I got another one, and I know Scotty Young is going to be doing a signing later in the year, and I'm going to save that one because it's pristine, condition just like this one. I'm going to have him sign that and, add that to the collection. But I am very, very happy to have this book back finally, and I hope this sparks the debate. If I ever get to meet the guy in person, that is going to be my one and only question. Bro, is that Riri Williams on the cover of Superior Iron Man #1 your variant issue? Because if not, who is it? Just tell me who is it then if it's not her. So that's my pickup for the week. This came in this week, so I added it to this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys are out there picking up some great stuff. Like I said, I'm on the verge of moving, so I got some work to do as far as packing up all my stuff, getting my stuff kind of organized so I can bounce out of here, bounce into my new home in a couple months. But anyway, like I always like to tell you, continue to evolve. And this is your man Jay, Evolutionary Comics, and we out.